10 people with extra body parts. Hello ladies and gentlemen, today we are talking about the people who have extra body parts. Living within the societal set standards of what ordinary people should be, something that many people take for granted. We all have an aspect about our otherwise normal physique we would all like to change. This is, for example, a bulging tummy, a bald patch, or even the ever-desirable curves. These are all minor complications compared to the reality of some among us who have to fit clothes to accommodate an extra limb. Some people among us live with the reality that their body is different. The human body is highly fragile and resilient. Further, the most minor problems as the fetus grows in the womb can cause significant deformities. Some deformities are inherited, while some are caused by either radiation, tainted food, or medicine, which leaves the person to contend with the results. There are persons born with extra appendages. This is whether they live with them or have been removed. These people have lived considerably everyday life with just a few tweaks. People are born with extra body parts. The boy with 4 extra limbs. Deepak was born with extra limbs. This included 2 long legs protruding from his chest. Ghee was considered a devil in his village, and sometimes he was believed to be a reincarnation of the Hindu god Vishu. Despite all this, he was vindicated from all the allegations when a hospital in Bangalore offered to operate on him at no cost. The surgery would have cost the family a whopping $78,000. Deepak now lives his life without worrying about extra limbs. The man with 2 hearts. The man of Italian origin wasn't born with the extra heart. However, he got it during surgery. The 71-year-old was admitted for what was considered a cardiac arrest. Doctors discovered that his situation was not commonplace. It became evident that he had acquired an extra heart during a heterotopic transplant. This meant that his original heart was merged with the new healthier one. The surgery was successful. He had developed 2 independent heart rhythms. The heart stopped once doctors tried to administer drugs to synchronize them again. Fortunately, a defibrillator restarted both seats, and he went on to live his everyday life yet again. The babies who share a body. A Brazilian carried her pregnancy to term and went into labor expecting to deliver twins. What she was not prepared for, however, was that her sons would share one body. Maria de Nazar, the twins' mother, didn't get upset upon learning about the condition. Emmanuel and Jesus, the twins, have individual spines and brains, but share other organs such as lungs, pelvis, heart, and liver. The twins were healthy, happy, and could feed independently despite the condition. It was unanimously agreed that neither head would be removed, seeing as the twins were functional and none posed an immediate threat to the other. The girl with a fetus on her back. Yin Xin, a Chinese girl, was born with an abnormality that doctors immediately picked. She had an underdeveloped fetus growing on her back. Initially it looked like an arm, but the older the girl got, it became more prominent. It took a more human shape, and a breast and fingers started to appear 11 years later. Her parents saved enough money, she went under the knife and now lives without the twin attached to her back. The woman with a nipple on her foot. Celebrities like Lily Allen and Mark Wahlberg have disclosed an extra nipple and are not embarrassed about it. The extra nipple could be passed up as just another mole on the body. One woman surpasses them all, seeing as she has a nipple about 2 inches wide lodged on the sole of her foot. She has been quoted as admitting that it's neither painful nor annoying. Her pedicurist, however, must have needed some getting used to. The woman with 2 uteruses. A 24-year-old woman from Florida delivered 2 babies simultaneously from both uteruses. Every one in about 2,000 women has this condition. Her twins, Natalie and Nathan, happen in only 1 in 5 million scenarios. Her body released 2 eggs at once. They were fertilized separately and implanted in 2 separate uteruses. The infants then proceed to grow to maturity in the uteruses they sew. The twins were delivered healthy and happy. For a long time to come, they will be considered a medical miracle. The girl with 8 limbs. On the day Lakshmi was born, the people in her village believed that a goddess lived among them. The little girl unfortunately could neither sit, stand, nor walk. It was assumed that she would be immobile all her life. Fortunately, a team of doctors removed the extra limbs. The doctors said that the extra limbs resulted from a parasitic twin that stopped developing in the womb. The girl had quite the road to recovery, seeing as scoliosis. She will need to go under the knife yet again to repair the internal damage caused by removing the parasitic twin. On the brighter side, she currently leads an everyday life instead of her quality of life before the life-changing surgery. The boy with 31 fingers and toes. A boy from China has 16 toes and fingers. He underwent surgery in 2010 to remove all the extras and now has a better quality of life. 4 fingers on one hand and 3 on the other were fused together. All the amenities have been separated and removed. Bullies in school taunted him because of his condition. He can now lead the life of a typical school-going child. The baby with an extra head. Manar surprised both the doctors and her mother when she was born with a twin. However, this was not your ordinary twin, seeing as it was only the head. Islam, the other twin, had a brain, could blink and make facial expressions independent of Manar's. Unfortunately, Islam depended wholly on Manar to survive. A unanimous decision was made to separate them. This disadvantaged Islam while also guaranteeing Manar's survival. Tragically, a brain infection took away Manar's life a few weeks short of her second birthday. The world will remember Manar and Islam as beautiful babies. The woman with two vaginas. Cassandra Bankson, a YouTube personality and model, was surprised when she visited the doctor complaining of pain around the lumbar region. She was informed that she had two wombs, cervixes, and vaginas. The condition could be likened to an upturned nose. She was also made aware that she could potentially have trouble conceiving. Her sex life would be left unscathed. She says this diagnosis shone the light on why she experienced two very heavy periods monthly. The woman with horns. Compacted keratin due to sun exposure is commonplace among senior citizens. It is, however, very unusual for senior citizens to grow horns. When she was about to clock 100 years old, Zhang Rufang spouted a horn on the side of her head. What started out as a small spot made of the same material as hair and nails eventually grew to over 2 inches long. Not long after the first, she spotted a second one on the other side of the head. She made light of the situation by claiming to look forward to the other one to grow so they could match. The women who share 3 legs. Jamuna and Ganga Mondal are Siamese twins with 4 arms and 3 legs. They share a stomach but have independent livers, kidneys, and hearts. They earned a living by performing in a circus. At 45 years old, they are romantic with a teacher named Ahmad. Ahmad works part-time at the circus as a sound engineer. They are aware that their trio is considered odd, but love shelters all. The boy with an extra DNA. Alfie Clamp will go down in history as the first person to be discovered to have an extra strand of DNA. He was born with a visual impairment, among other impairments. Doctors conducted tests that revealed the rather unusual condition. He has had instances in his earlier life where he has stopped breathing altogether. It is uncertain how the disease will play out, seeing as unprecedented. The boy with 3 arms. Doctors in India worked swiftly to remove an extra limb from a boy. The doctors revealed that the boy had a club foot and one of his kidneys was missing. The boy has a better chance at everyday life and will undergo therapy to help her use her good left arm and club foot to grow up like any other child. The girl who was born pregnant. A girl in China is among 200 babies to ever be born pregnant. Doctors discovered that the girl had 2 abnormal growths in her stomach. They turned out to be underdeveloped fetuses. The baby likely absorbed the growths while still developing in the womb itself. The underdeveloped fetuses were removed when she was 3 weeks old. All the signs point to her having a perfectly everyday life now that they have been removed. There you have it. Some people have an extra body part. This is due to circumstances beyond their control. We are called to be kind to them at all times. For this and many more episodes, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell to notify you every time we upload a new video.